Adrian, you know I love you and only you. Your problems are my problems too. So allow me to be a good partner and lend you a hand with whatever it is you're struggling with.
Adrian slowly turns around and gently pries Yuri's grip off of him. He then smiles at her.
Oh, you want to help me then?
Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Okay. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I'm afraid I don't quite understand.
Just keep doing what you're doing, Yuri. I'll see you later.
But
Before she can get another word in, Adrian turns on his heel and emerges into the crowd of people, quickly disappearing from sight. Yuri leans back against the wall, clutching her books tight to her chest.
What the hell?
Yuri says as she stares at the floor, trying to make sense of what had just happened. However, she doesn't have much time to process it as she hears a familiar voice.
Yo, Yuri, what's up?
Natsuki says, cheerfully marching up to her.
Oh, hey, Natsuki.
Yuri says as she attempts to match Natsuki's joyful tone, but even she could have seen through her performance.
You okay? Is Adrian not coming in or something?
No, he's here. I just spoke to him. Need to come in there.
Oh? Is he still sore about what happened at lunch yesterday?
According to him, no. He's just acting weird.
Weird how?
Well, for one, he wasn't responding to my messages all day yesterday. And then when I went to greet him this morning, how I always do, it was as if I was invisible. He didn't care to clue me in on what's going on or gotten into him, and said the only way to help him was to keep doing what I was doing.
Natsuki returns the same bewildered look Yuri had just moments before.
Yeah, that's not like him. Usually if something's bothering him, he usually gives a pretty straight answer, usually. He's never danced around a question like that before.
Yeah, with me he's always honest and direct. This time he was elusive.
Any idea what you think could be eating him?
Yuri lets out a sigh. There was a one possibility that she was fairly sure of.
I think it's probably something to do with me hanging around Shiro again.
Oh, that shit again?
I'd have to say if it had to be anything, it would most likely be that. And if it is, I swear I'm getting tired of his behavior. Shiro's not a bad person, and he hasn't done anything to me or to him to justify his childish dislike towards Shiro. For someone who's always acted mature, this is the most childish I've ever seen him. He dislikes Shiro all because of past things.
Yeah, I hear ya. He told me the same thing when I tried talking to him.
He's really displayed a concerning pattern of behavior. Him trying to keep me away from Shiro, his behavior at lunch yesterday, and now this. What's happening to him, Natsuki?
Natsuki shrugs her shoulders.
You know him better than I do, and I don't really understand boys like that either. Hate to say it, but we're kind of in the same boat here about not knowing what to do with him. If he said he needs time, maybe he feels guilty over how he acted and he'll talk to you when he's ready. My guess is he just needs his space.
Oh, okay. If you're certain that's the best course of action.
Natsuki tugs Yuri's sleeve as she despondently stares at the ground.
Hey, don't go all gloomy and depressed on me. He'll come around me, trust me.
He'll come around me? What? I think they meant he'll come around. The school day has come and gone at St. Salvato High. With the new fall festival only a week away, the Literature Club begins their preparations. So I guess it is the Literature Club. Monica is with Sayori on the teacher's computer. Yuri is in the back, working on a large banner that's sprawled out across several desks that have been connected together. And Natsuki and Shiro are off to the side of the room, browsing through cookbooks. Shrio gazes over his shoulder at Yuri, who is writing something on the banner.
Earth to Shiro!
Natsuki scolds, snapping Shiro out of his gaze.
Huh? Oh, sorry, Natsuki. You need something? If you're going to help me, I need you to focus! Right, sorry.
Natsuki angrily sighs as she returns her attention to the cookbook she was reading.
Anyways, I can't find any icing art that really strikes me as a good theme for a literature club. Well, couldn't we make our own? I mean, yeah, but the thing is, it'd be easier to work off of an example than to just make our own. Besides, we have limited icing to use, so we wouldn't really get the chance to experiment. Oh, that's true. Plus, I'd love to make a little book with some scribbles on it like it's text. It's hard to pull off, but it looks super cool. I've always wanted to try it. Maybe we should just simplify it somehow. This cat one looks pretty cool. Plus, I know how much you love cats.
Shiro says as he turns his book around to Natsuki, who squints at the picture he's referencing. The picture is of a white cupcake with pink icing to make it look like something out of Hello Kitty. It's a bit childish, but it does look pretty cute and simple to do.
Toko cat, huh? I guess it could work if we have enough else to use, or if we have nothing else to use. I do have plenty of pink icing we can use, so it wouldn't be a problem to mass produce it. Awesome, I guess that settles it. Maybe we write little notes on the cats that spell out literature club or something. Now you're speaking my language. Hey, you know what they say, the quickest way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Oh, shush!
Natsuki says, rolling her eyes as she's barely able to contain her laughter.
Well, I think that just about wraps up our part for today. I'll drop by your house this weekend if it's cool and we can get to work on those cupcakes. Yeah, for sure. Just remember not to eat any of them until the festival, capiche?
Capiche is like, isn't it an Italian word? C-A-P-I-C-H-E? Pretty sure.
Aw, come on, you're still not hung up on me sneaking your brownies from the festival last year, are you? I would have been fine if you ate one, but you ate 4 before Emily and I caught you. Oh, yeah.
Shiro recalls the hilarious state in which they found him. Quite literally caught me with my hand in the cookie jar. Okay, so they went from narration to an inner monologue in the same text box. Awesome.
Or brownie platter in this case. Simpler times.
Shiro smiles fondly at his reminiscing as Natsuki continues to scowl at him. She lets out a groan.
I'm serious. If you eat a single cupcake before the festival, I'll break your fingers. Yeesh, alright, I promise. Good. So, speaking of the anti-club, how are Kayla and Ruby holding up? I can't say I've seen them around since everything.
Shiro shakes his head.
I can't say I've heard much from them either, aside from a "we're fine, thanks" text from Kayla.
Natsuki looks worryingly at the ground.
If she's saying that, she's anything but.
She mutters.
Huh? What was that? Nothing. I just hope they're okay and they return soon. Yeah, you and me both. I still have a lot to explain to them. About what? About all the crap surrounding the whole poem thing last year. I misled them on some stuff. Including you. What did you mislead me on? It's a long story, and I'd rather hash things out with them first before I tell you. Let me get through that first, and I promise to tell you everything. Fair? Fair. I don't want to add on to the stress you're feeling right now. Thank you. Well, I can't think of anything else to do for right now. You want to check out my manga collection? I've expanded it tenfold since this summer.
Tenfold would be wonderful.
You mean you've expanded it beyond Parfait Girls? Oh, come on! I'm into other things besides Parfait Girls. It just happens to be one of my favorites, that's all. Right. You know, I'm surprised that the franchise is still kicking. Over 50 volumes in anime adaptation and Netflix adaptation. Netflix should capitalize. There was a Parfait Girls movie? I mean, yeah,
Shiro cuts himself off. Right, we've had this conversation before. Natsuki hated the movie so much that she pretends it never existed. One of many things Kayla and Ruby would tease her about, and it'd drive her up the wall. Shiro lets out a sigh.
Right, never mind that. Good. Besides, I think I have some manga you might like.
As Natsuki begins to list off her titles, Shiro's eyes glaze over to Yuri, who is air-doodling above the banner. She lets out a frustrated sigh as she paces around the table, lost in thought. Natsuki tugs on Shiro's sleeve.
Earth to Shiro! Hello!
She shakes Shiro out of his gaze.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Yeesh, you must be really into Yuri if you're zoning out like that. That's what, the 6th time today? Yeah, it's not like that. Uh-huh, right,
she says, sarcastically rolling her eyes.
It isn't, honest. I'm not trying to get in between her and Adrian. Pissing him off is the last thing I need right now. I'm just teasing, chill. I know you wouldn't do anything to mess with him. I know you're not that kind of person. Yet Adrian seems to think that I am. Did you get around to talking to him about me, by the way? Yeah, I did. Well, what did he say? Nothing you don't already know. I don't know what's gotten into him, honestly. I think he's just being overprotective of her. I don't think he knows what to do in this situation. He's being ridiculous trying to keep you two apart. Yuri is more than capable of deciding who she talks to, and Adrian shouldn't be acting like such a hard-ass.
Are they fighting? Shiro says, lowering his voice to a whisper.
Girl code can't sing,
She says, whispering back.
but I'm on your side. We all are.
She says, tilting her head towards the front of the room where Monica and Sayori are. Well, I feel like I feel like really the only way to resolve this is to just keep my distance from Yuri, but I don't want to do that. She's a nice person and pretty incredible. I wouldn't feel right just ghosting her like that. I couldn't do that. Not after all that shit that happened with me, or with Michael.
I know, and you shouldn't. I hate to say it, but unless you want to walk away from it all, this is really something her and Adrian have to sort out. There's not a whole lot we can do.
Yeah, you're right. I figured he's just on high alert with Kai going around shutting people down. Figuring that Kai hates me, I guess it isn't lost on Adrian the kind of attention I bring. And that's something I gotta fix. I know Kai returns today, so...
Don't tell me you're going to go through confronting him.
Go through what? Natsuki says, a desperate, pleading look in her eyes. I'll take precautions, I promise. Natsuki sighs.
Well, I know I can't stop you. Just don't get your ass kicked again.
I'll try my hardest.
Good. Well, I'll let you go hang out with Yuri if you want to. You know where to find me if you need anything.
Thanks, Natsuki. Natsuki smiles as she takes the cookbooks and heads over to her spot near the closet. Shiro then slowly approaches Yuri.
No, I don't think that'd look good. Ugh, this is impossible.
Yuri mutters to herself. However, Shiro manages to catch wind of it.
What's impossible?
He quizzically asks as he joins Yuri by his side. By her side?
Oh, good afternoon, Shiro.
She says cheerfully. Her sour mood from a second ago has taken a full 180.
Afternoon. Is that the banner you're working on?
Yes, it is. I seem to be struggling with something.
Oh, what's wrong?
I'm trying to find the best style to write our club's name down on the banner, but I can't say I found anything that would look good.
You're 3D lettering it? That's pretty cool.
That's correct. I think it would really catch people's attention. I can do it very well, actually, provided I know what style to use and have a little practice with it.
Yuri says, showing him a scrap sheet of paper and a small booklet of examples of various writing styles.
May I?
Of course.
Shiro takes a look at the booklet and a scrap piece of paper.
Wow, some of these look pretty great. You guys really are going all out, aren't you?
Well, it is our first year as a club after all. We have to do what we can to stand out and grow the club.
I get ya. I remember how hard we went when we did our open house last year. We managed to score a few people, including a certain mutual friend of ours.
Shiro says, pointing behind him in Natsuki's direction.
Oh, really? I didn't know you recruited Natsuki through open house.
Yup, that's how we met her. We picked up a few other guys as well, but she's the only one that stuck around the whole year. Kinda sucks they didn't let clubs advertise this year for it, but I guess they already had this new fall festival in mind.
Interesting. I suppose they're just trying new things.
So it'd seem.
Shiro says as he looks back over the style booklet. After flipping through the booklet, he finds a particular style that sticks out to him.
Hey, how about this one?
Shiro points his finger to the style as Yuri peeks over his shoulder.
Oh, that's way too hard. I couldn't possibly master it with the time that we have.
It's easy. Let me show you.
Shiro says as he grabs Yuri's pen and scrap paper and sets it down on a nearby desk as Yuri intently observes.
So basically, you'll just want to do this.
Shiro says, going slowly as he writes out Literature Club in the chosen style.
There, see? It's easy enough.
Okay. Let me give it a try then.
Shiro hands Yuri back her pen. Yuri tries her best to mimic Shiro's past movements, but ends up messing up the U.
It's always the accursed U. I don't know what it is, but I always struggle to write the letter U in 3D, no matter the style.
Let me show you again.
Yuri hands Shiro back her pen as she scooches closer to Shiro.
So the trick is you want to go slow.
Shiro says as he makes the U.
Then it's kind of like you're making an E backwards. The trick is not to stray too far from the letter.
That's what I seem to be having the most trouble with. My hand just slips.
Maybe you just have a bad grip on it. Want to give it another try?
Sure.
Yuri tries again, going much slower than before. However, her pen slips from her grip about halfway down.
Why is this so difficult?
It's because you're not using the right grip for this kind of format. It's pretty hard to do it with a normal grip.
Oh, well, in that case, can you show me?
Sure. Shiro takes Yuri's hand and fixes the pen in the proper position. As soon as their skin makes contact, both of them feel a sudden rush of blood to their faces.
Don't make this weird, Shiro. You're just trying to help her out. You're just friends.
Shiro powers through the awkwardness of the moment and fixes the pen in the proper position.
There you go. You should be able to get it down now.
I can't say I've usually held a pen like this before.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual, but it's the best way to write in the style you want. Try it now.
Okay.
Yuri says, visibly fighting through her own embarrassment. We'll find out how well she does next time, because I'm out of time for this one. We're going to leave that save there so I can get to that menu real quick, real easy. And that's going to do it for now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And we'll catch you next time with more Branching Paths Truth and Consequence arc. Hope to see you then.
Bye-bye.